In today's video, I'm gonna show you some of my favorite homemade gift ideas. I will be showing you the recipes and also showing you more or less how I just wrap them and package them to give as gifts to friends and family. So the three recipes we're gonna be doing is this one is a cinnamon honey butter, kind of like the Texas Roadhouse butter. So I'm gonna show you that recipe. And then I'm gonna show you this one. Actually is not gonna be in this video, but I have made a video with this recipe already. This is the banana bread recipe that I love to make all the time. I will link it above for you. And I also did this one as a short video that will be coming up probably very, very soon if it is not up already. And the third recipe is the Christmas crack candy. I don't know if you guys have ever had that. It's like kind of like bark. So I'm gonna show you how I make those and how I package them to give as gifts to friends and family during the Christmas season. This recipe is for like honey cinnamon butter. This is kind of similar to like Texas Roadhouse butter, which like is like the best. And literally the only reason I go to Texas Roadhouse is because of the rolls in the butter. Anybody else? So this is kind of like a copycat type of recipe with that, for that, I mean. So I'm making a double batch and it's gonna be 2 sticks of butter. One of my butters is unsalted, accidentally bought that. So I'm adding a little salt to this recipe, but if your butter is salted, I don't know if you need salt, but I have some salt going in. So first, I'm just gonna whip this butter a little bit, and then I'm gonna add the rest of the ingredients. So 1/4 cup of powdered sugar, and then it's gonna be 2 teaspoons of cinnamon and about 1/4 teaspoon of salt I'm doing. This is 1/4 cup of honey. So because I have those powders in there, this powdered sugar and the cinnamon, I'm gonna mix really slow at first. Oh my gosh, this looks so good. I'm gonna pop this off and just, I'm going to mix this for like another minute because I still see a little bit of like plain butter on the whisk. So I just want to make sure everything gets really well combined and really light and fluffy. I don't know if you can tell, it's actually gotten a little bit lighter in color since I put that on for another minute or so. And now I think it looks like perfect. So, I mean, look at this. You see that? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I wish I had some rolls like right here to eat this with. That I'm gonna put in like one of these little jars, but yeah, just like a little jar like this. And I'm gonna put it in right now while it's like room temperature. I'm gonna just wipe down the edges and see if I can get some of the air out. Sorry, that's freaking loud. See, it sunk down in there a little bit. So that's it. Twist this on. I'm gonna get like a ribbon to put around it, and then I'm gonna get like something to put on top, or I'm gonna find another lid that doesn't have that expiration date, because the expiration date doesn't have anything to do with what's inside and I don't wanna confuse people. So I will get that. I will show you it after it's ready to gift. This is the banana bread I made, and I'm just gonna show you how I kind of wrap it up really nice to give as a present. And I got these little cardboard baking things. I got these at Target last year. I think they still sell them. I will check. So what I do is I just wrap it in plastic. So I put this in the middle, make sure it's gonna go around. I'm always really bad at ripping plastic wrap. I don't know if anybody can relate. So then I just want to wrap it all the way around and make sure that that seam is going to be on the bottom of this. This is in here pretty secure, so I'm going to kind of turn it on the side. It's also like really cooled down to room temperature. And I'm going to just take these sides, press them tight in. If you don't have enough plastic wrap to go completely around the loaf pan, it won't stick to each other, so you have to have plenty. And then I'm just gonna put a little bit of tape here just so that it's like smooth on the bottom. If your loaf is really full, just be careful when you turn it over to not squish the top of it. This is the wired ribbon, so it's nice because it kind of like keeps a nice sheet. I have some just like regular fabric ribbon. So this one I'm gonna wrap like 4 ways. So I'm gonna start this way, and then kind of like pull the loose end up and over. And then I'm gonna pull it up here. So I'm gonna cut that just on a little bit of an angle so that it looks decent at the end. Tuck these through here. It's gonna be a little more stable if you tuck it through. Because it'll just like keep the bottom one in place. I'm just gonna tie it in like a little knot here and then make the bow. So these are perfect for Christmas gifts. This is the banana bread recipe that I made in one of my first videos. It was like, it's the dairy-free, sugar-free banana bread. This is a great recipe if you're giving to somebody who maybe is trying not to do a lot of sugar or has some kind of like, they don't do dairy, whatever. You could also do this with the pumpkin loaf recipe, would be great, especially somebody who is gluten intolerant. That is a great one to share with somebody like that. But yeah, this is a really great gift. It's easy to make a really big batch of this banana bread, make plenty for yourself and to share with others. Okay, another recipe I'm gonna make is this Christmas crack candy, whatever, toffee, cracker candy. There's a few names. I'm gonna first start by melting some butter here, and this is 1 cup of brown sugar. Okay, I already measured it. I know it's a cup. I'm gonna melt this on like a medium low. I'm gonna use those butter wrappers to just like grease this pan kind of a little bit so that it doesn't stick. While this is melting, I'm going to spread out those crackers. We're gonna use about 1.5 sleeves of saltine crackers. You want it to be as close to the edges as possible and close to each other, like no gaps. Basically, the point is, ooh, I gotta stir my sugar. Hold on. I love how I go. The point is, and then get immediately distracted. I don't think I'm gonna need that whole half sleeve, if that makes sense. It was probably more like 1 1/4 package for this size pan that I'm using. I don't know what size would fit that amount perfectly, because apparently I don't have it because it's the biggest pan that I have. It's starting to bubble. I'm gonna turn this off. That's exactly how I want it to look. So, there's my crackers with one really random looking row of broken pieces. This is just gonna get poured evenly on top. Kind of spread this out just a little bit so that it covers everything really well. I have a little bit, tiny bit more that I could scrape out of here and put on these ones that don't have quite enough. This is like getting a little bit hard though, so I gotta hurry up. So yeah, this is one of those recipes that you do kind of like have to be quick with it. You can't just like do it in steps. You gotta be ready to go. Don't recommend doing this if you're really distracted or if you're trying to manage a whole bunch of other things at once. It's just gonna be like, it's a quick recipe to make, but you have to be focused on it because the steps are a little bit fast. That is gonna go into the oven at 350 for, I gotta double check the time, I think it's like 10 minutes. So I just put that in there. It's just actually about 5 minutes until the brown sugar is bubbly on top of the crackers. I'm just gonna show you how this looks because it is bubbling around the sides. So it's pretty much ready to pull out right now. And you do not wanna let this burn because it's delicious and you don't wanna miss out on this. So I'm just going to put on the chocolate chips, just using semi-sweet. If you prefer milk chocolate, you could use that. It is 2 cups of chocolate chips. They're gonna start melting. You wanna let them just sit until they melt and spread them out as evenly as possible so we can coat the whole top. I'm actually gonna pop them in the oven because I feel like there's a couple spots that are just like not melting as fast as other spots. So I'm gonna pop them in. The oven is hot, but it's off. So it's just gonna go in for 1 minute so all of them are shiny on top, and then I'm gonna spread it out. Okay, so perfect. That was just like 1 minute. They're all shiny, and I'm gonna spread this out. Okay, and you could top this with a number of things. You could top this with sprinkles, nuts, M&Ms, toffee, whatever you want. Gonna do this corner with some pecans. I didn't measure them, I just eyeballed them, but I don't know, maybe a 1/4 cup. And then I'm gonna top it with some sprinkles. These little Christmas trees, oh my gosh, so cute. And then let me do a little bit of some gold sugar here. And the rest I'm just gonna leave plain. But I'm gonna let it cool off completely, and then we'll be able to break it up, and I will show you that. This is how the Christmas crack looks the next day. I actually ended up refrigerating it overnight. It wasn't quite hard enough when I had the time to finish the video. Basically, you just break it up into pieces like bark. I just kind of try to start with the spatula. And I think it is better from the fridge or maybe even the freezer. It does get a little sticky on the bottom. I don't know if it's just the recipe that I'm using or if all of them, because I know like some of them have different amounts of butter. Maybe if it had a little less butter, it wouldn't remain as sticky. It would get a little harder. All right, and another way you could break it instead of using your hands, because your fingers do kind of start to melt the chocolate, is you could just kind of use a spatula and do this, which might be a little bit better. So I think it's actually easier like that. I might try to make it again and see if I can come up with a less sticky version. But part of the reason it might be sticky is because my kitchen is really warm right now. So maybe it's not gonna be as sticky in a normal temperature room. So let me just keep going and package all this stuff up. I showed you how I package the banana bread, and then how I package the bark. I either put it in like bags like this. This I would just use a hole punch. I didn't have like a single hole punch, so I had to like use the 3-hole punch to try to get in there. It would be more ideal if it was if the hole punches were a little lower on the bag. So I'm gonna try to find one before I package the rest of what I was gonna put in bags, because I have like 2 little cute bags designs. I had bought a couple of each to pack them up in, and then I also got jars that you could put them in. So I just kind of put a little ribbon on this one, really simple. Lastly, I'll show you the butter. I would just package it in like a little jar like this. And then I did a little fabric topper. So you just cut a circle in some fabric, and then this should be pretty obvious, but you have those jars that don't have the lid, that don't have the, I don't know what they're called, but the canning lids. I think that's what they're called. So you just put that on top, and it looks kind of cute and festive just to gift like that. Or you could also tie a ribbon around very similarly to this. So that would be the ways that I package all this stuff. It looks really cute and giftable, and I think anyone would love to receive it. Not just because it's cute, but also because they're all such yummy recipes and they are so good. Another thing that you could do is get some stamps and make cute labels. I did not do that. I might do that for some of these. I didn't do it yet, but I got these just at Target. And they're really cute, or you could use them to make like little Christmas cards or whatever to go with any of these gifts. And I just thought that was a cute idea. They're only $1, and they're in like the dollar spot at Target. So I'm sure you could get your hands on some, probably still, I would assume, hopefully. If not, I mean, I'm sure you can find stamps like this somewhere else. If I find any of these similar things, I'll try to like link them below for you so you could buy them online if that's easier for you. And that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed watching these recipes, and also you like the ideas that I gave you to package your Christmas gifts for friends and family this year. And if you are somebody who likes to gift homemade things, let me know what you make for people and how you package it for them. Do you just give it to them kind of like you know, not like super fancy, because I mean, I would appreciate food gifts, any type of packaging. I'm not that picky, but it is really special to like wrap it kind of cute for somebody. I hope you enjoyed watching this video with all these simple, cute gift ideas. And if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos every single week. I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season and a great day wherever you are. See you in next week's video. I want to eat it, like, with a spoon. Don't tell anybody I said that. Can you tell me if I'm missing some spots, guys? That would be helpful. Just kidding. I want to put them on all of it. Okay, but I'm not going to. I'm going to have self-control because some people hate sprinkles and